So the question that we have to answer is describe how the 1905 Santa Fe/Harvey Co leaflet for the Hopi House employs aesthetic conventions we've studied, and how does this cultural product depict the class status of indigenous people. So the Hopi House is located on the rim of the Grand Canyon, and it was built as a market for Native American crafts made on site. It was designed to look like a native pueblo or communities made of stone, adobe mud, and other natural materials. The leaflet explains how the Hopi House is an exact reproduction of the 2 to 3 story stone buildings of the Indians, drawing people into their different and unknown lifestyles. Overall, the leaflet shows why people should come and visit, displaying the excitement of Western life, and they do this using statements of how the white man has never been able to perform the skills that indigenous people have. So to begin, the primitive lifestyle is displayed as a simpler and more basic lifestyle. Within the leaflet, it explains how men work in the fields, weave dresses, blankets, and beautiful ceremonial garments, and the women make baskets and some of the finest pottery in America. All of these allude to the specific stylistic elements of tribal and Native American objects and art forms. This can be related to the conventions of the noble savage, as they have not been corrupted or changed by civilization and still use their quote-unquote crude ways of living, using crude looms and methods from centuries ago. Together, the leaflet displays how the indigenous people embrace primitivism and can sympathize with the noble savage. Next, Western aesthetics and Romanticism go hand in hand, embracing the nature of art and a deepened appreciation of beauty and nature. Nature is where they receive most of their materials for building and creating, and the leaflet explains how they devote much of their time to arts and ceremonies that have been practiced by their ancestors for hundreds of years. These ceremonies last 8 or 9 days, celebrating their different and weird customs. All in all, the indigenous people are experiencing aesthetic enjoyment of Native American traditions based on artistic experiences. So, hearing these differences in culture made people become influenced by aesthetic conventions to appreciate and sympathize the indigenous people's culture. This then depicts their class status negatively. As seen in Lecture 23, it is said that class status can be influenced by economic circumstances and social status, and how easily they can obtain an education and wealth and things like that. The leaflet explains that the Hopi Indians are the most primitive in the country, meaning they can be described as unsophisticated, simple, and basic. Displaying their lifestyles within the Hopi House shows their lack of things such as social status and economic advantages that are present in Eastern civilizations.